Hi, welcome to the Invincible CEO's Create Your Own Reality series. And in this series, we're going to be talking about secret personal energetic foundational assumptions. This is a workbook that can help your personal character align through this evaluation of my personal secret energetic foundational assumptions. So I'm going to walk you through step by step, give you a couple examples so that you can go on in your own time to complete the entire workbook. I've been asked to share my personal energetic foundational assumptions that I use to know and create my physical reality to fulfill my heart's desires. These assumptions are my strength and foundation. When anchored, very little effort, action is needed. I am constantly living in an appreciative, satisfying state of my wish fulfilled. I share these with you so that you too can enjoy and experience the same. So, first, before we talk about how to activate, align, and anchor, I want to say that the personal and energetic foundational assumptions, or the PEFAs, are built on the secret energetic foundational assumptions. Once you know the secret energetic foundational assumptions, you can take them, they're more broad, and then create your own, such as I've done here in this video. So you first want to understand the secret energetic foundational assumptions, which are based on the 7 laws or principles of the universe. And then they give these personal energetic foundational assumptions life. So I look at each one of these personal energetic foundational assumptions as like a brick, and I'm building a solid foundation. They are what is in the subconscious and even deeper into the unconscious. And the whole purpose of this workbook is to take some of my personal energetic foundational assumptions and make them your own through activating, aligning, and anchoring. It's the way that I look at these are like a template that once you are activated, aligned, and anchored to them, it's just your operating system, right? It's not an app that's being added to you. It's the system that the apps work on. And because of that, it takes a lot of the tedious step by step, lots of action that's needed, and it really makes it more of a passive creation. So it is the environment that you will then put your even more specific preferences on, but you won't have to go and activate them over and over again. For example, you can take a house and totally remove all the furniture out. You can knock down some walls, build new ones. You can repaint after you're done repainting and the floors and carpeting and so forth to your liking. You can bring in the old furniture or you can bring in new furniture. And you could do this every year or every 2 years or every 5 years, right? So the personal energetic foundational assumptions and the secret energetic foundational assumptions, they're the framing of the house. That whole outside portion of it is not going to change. It's what you put inside of it once that solid foundation is built. So that's what we're going to do here today. In addition, I'm going to only use 2 examples of my personal energetic foundation assumption. There's over 20 of them in this workbook, but I did not feel the need to go into each one individually. I'm going to walk you through 2, and then you get the idea of how you go about it, because I don't want to write your script for you. Yes, I could walk you through each individual one, but the whole idea of this exploration is, how does this personal energetic foundational assumption sit with you? How does it show up in your world? Because we have to start looking for it and looking for examples of it. And then I left some blank pages at the end where you can create your own. So feel free to use all of mine, some of mine, none of mine. That's okay. At least now you know what they are. And I'm creating a whole new digital course on the secret energetic foundational assumptions If you go to the Invincible CEO YouTube channel, you will find 3 of those as an example to get you started, but very shortly I'll be offering and opening up the whole digital course. So enjoy. So let's begin. How to activate, align, and anchor. I recommend doing 1 PEFA, or personal energetic foundational assumption, per day until all are complete. And the reason why I recommend this is because you have to give yourself some time to see how this shows up in your world. We're going to start with activating it within your body in your first circle, but I would say when doing these pages, you want at least 1 example, but if you can give yourself 2 or 3, some can come from an amazing memory, and then let some come through your walking around for the next 24 hours or so to see how this shows up. Now, I recommend at least 1 day, but you could take a whole week with each one of these, because it's consider these like your new friends, and the more time that you spend with them, the more familiar they become with you. And just like some friends that come into our lives, we meet them and we feel like we've known them forever, and others, it's a process over time. So consider these your new friends, and either way is perfectly fine of how you go and activate, align, and anchor. Don't do this to rush through them, because once it's done, and then it becomes your foundation. So allow at least 15 minutes of uninterrupted time. Take a minimum of 3 deep breaths, or do a resting as an awareness technique to center and clear your energy. Empty your mind and release any thoughts. You can notice them coming through, but you're not going to identify with anything. Then you're going to read the PEFA of the day, the personal energetic foundational assumption of the day. Notice what feels it activates in your body. And what I mean by feels is there's tingle, chills, itches, yawns, anything involuntary, a sneeze. And where do they activate the strongest in your body? And then we're going to use 7, 8, and 9. I'm going to go through an individual page, and we'll go over to what does it mean to you, how does your done deal character interpret it, give examples of the way that this PEFA is currently revealing itself to you, and give examples of the way that it's revealed itself to you in the past to your done deal character. And I'll explain that as we get into the first PEFA and the first page of the worksheet. Okay, so the first PEFA that we're going to talk about is I am the star in my universe. And the very first quadrant is, how does this feel in your body, right? When you first saw it, when you first read it, right now the tip of my nose is itching. So I would write that down, tip of nose itching. And if you might have a little bit of gas, or you might have an extra swallow that you do, you might feel chills, you might feel some pressure, say like at the top of your head, or your fingertips or your toes, whatever. There's no wrong feel. But when I ask you how does it feel in your body, I don't want you to say it feels fine or it feels good. That's a thought. We don't want a thought. We want an actual activation. Like a feel in your body would be a hunger pain, or if you're running and you get a stitch in your side, or you feel the urge to go to the bathroom. Those are the feels. And I think it's very important to always re-explain this over and over and over again. So once you write down how it feels, because how it's activated in the beginning, that's the activation portion of this. That is how, when this is a reminder for you, if you stepped out of being in the star of your universe. So we go to the next quadrant. What does that mean to you? And so what that means for me is, like, my whole life is a Truman Show movie, or a season, seasons on TV, right? And I'm whatever season of my life. And so I'm the star. I'm the one that the show is about. Everything revolves around what I'm doing, what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, and everyone else are supportive characters. So when you're having that star shine moment, let's say I had to go give a talk and I'm on stage, that feel should activate really strongly, because I am actively putting myself in a position of that. Another way that that activation could come up is if I forget that I'm the star of my show and somehow I've gone unconscious into a character, but it's whatever's going on is not what a star of a show should be experiencing. So you're going to get both sides of the coin here when you anchor this in and you know how it resonates in your body and how strong it resonates really is your subconscious mind getting your attention, either giving you a high five, yes, you're killing it, you're the star of your universe, or you've forgotten who you are, snap out of it, pay attention, wake up, because this is not how stars in your universe, you being the star in your universe, is being should be portrayed. So if I go to the bottom left-hand quadrant, how does it show up in my current reality? So again, if I was asked to be a guest speaker, or if I'm giving a presentation, or I'm cooking dinner, or I'm leading a conversation, right? I'm going to look for those moments where I can give myself the awareness, oh yes, you're in your done deal character, because these personal energetic foundational assumptions are always about the done deal character. And even when you get and cross the finish line into that done deal character, then you're going to be always creating new done deal characters, because there's always new things to explore and experience. So this isn't from the perspective of the jump off character, meaning where you're starting. When I'm looking at these PEFAs, the personal energetic foundational assumptions, I'm now looking at from the done deal character, because I want to move into that character. Because the jump off character would have a difference. So if my done deal character says I'm the star of my universe, the jump off character may say I occasionally forget that I'm the star of my universe, or I want to be the star of my universe, or I need to be the star of the universe more, right? So you can see the difference in perspective. So always look at these personal energetic foundational assumptions from the done deal character, because the done deal character always thinks, acts, behaves, interacts differently, and experiences. So I'm going to look for current reality in the now moment input that I'm the star, right? And how I'm the star and how you're the star, I may be more outgoing where someone else may be more introverted. And I will say this, that, you know, wisdom has taught me over the years. When I was younger, it was like, here I am, coach, put me in center stage, look at me. But now I can be the star of my universe by not being in the spotlight, but putting others in the spotlight and helping them cross their finish lines, which then still makes me the star of my universe while I'm helping them realize they're the star of theirs. So this will morph and grow with you. And that's why you want to give yourself at least one, but I would say put a couple different reminders here of how it is you're the star in your universe. And then we want to go not only in current time doing that, but this is where you can tap back into memories of your, not your jump off character, but you're creating memories of your done deal character from the past, or you're realizing them, whether you're creating or observing them, it's the same thing. So you may create a memory or realize a memory from your done deal character where she or he was a keynote speaker at a major conference that your jump off character went as an attendee, right? So this is where you get to flip the script. And how many times have you been somewhere in the past going, I could do that. I bet I could get up there and do that thing, right? So if you wanted to be a rock star when you were younger in your jump off reality, and now you're in your done deal character and they are the star of their universe, then you're going to put yourself on stage leading your band or being part of your favorite band, or however you want to do that. And that's where these personal energetic foundational assumptions will incite and invoke and expand your imagination, because to the subconscious mind, the imagination and the reality are the same thing. So right now, as I'm recording this video, I'm sitting here recording it very, very relaxed. I'm in my casual clothes, but I'm a double agent, and simultaneously, my subconscious mind doesn't know the difference that I'm not on stage in front of 10,000 people. So I can keep it really small as this thing that I'm doing, creating content for my Invincible CEO Circle universe and courses, or I'm now at a 10,000 strong conference, the first ever Invincible CEO World Conference. So this is where you can do the two birds, one stone thing. In whatever you're doing, you can have it on the smaller end, but also in the bigger end, and you can create to your conscious character that didn't have the memory. It looks like you're creating the past memory, but to the done deal character that has had that memory, that's sharing it to you, is remembering it, and you're now observing it from their memory. Okay, on to our next personal energetic foundational assumption example. Everyone in my universe loves and adores me. Now, these personal energetic foundational assumptions, one is not more important to the other. They're all equal. I could have put them in any order. But this really is a nice one that feels like it builds off of, well, I'm the star of my universe, and if I'm going to be the star of my universe, well, then everybody loves and adores me, right? And once you anchor this in, this is, again, once these are anchored in, activate, align, anchor, right? So we activate by putting our focus on it and talking about it and experiencing it, right? That's why all those four quadrants are all about the activation. And then when you align with it, then when you feel those feels again, you're starting to align with it. It's starting to become who you are, not something that you're doing. If you're doing something, it's not who you are. If you're being something, there's very little doing to do. So in the in alignment part of this, it's more passive in allowing yourself to see the examples where you're the star. And how many examples today can you have people adoring you? And it could be, throwing roses at your feet, but it could also be when you walk up to a door and someone holds the door open for you, right? Or that you're looking for a parking space and somebody comes out of the store and they see you and acknowledge you and say, I'm getting, I'm on my way out, so stay right there. So once you start to see and write the script of, and especially in the morning sitting with these assumptions, you're literally putting the template for the day, and you're challenging your subconscious mind to bring these to you in full form. So let's go into this. How did it feel in your body when you heard, everyone in my universe loves and adores me? That includes the animals and the people and the experiences and the inanimate objects. Your car loves and adores you. Your dishwasher loves and adores you, because you are all of this. You're not just a body, you're not just a mind, you're a consciousness, and all of this is contained within your consciousness. So why wouldn't you have a world that loves and adores you? Because you're the star of it. Because if there was no you, there would be none of it or them. Because just like a dream, the moment that you wake up from the dream, it disappears. It needed your consciousness to fill it so that all of that could be activated. While you're in your dream, you're aligned and anchored into it until you're not, till you come out of it. So here, when we're aligning and anchoring, the anchoring, the best way that I can explain anchoring is, when you learned how to drive and you started driving on your own, you were very, very aware, right? You had to remind yourself to check your mirrors and to fix your seat and, make sure the gas and the car and is all taken care of. But at some point, and it didn't take a whole lot of time, within a couple of weeks, maybe 3 months tops, it just is this thing that you do. And when you get in the car, you automatically check everything. You don't have to remind yourself anymore to do this thing. So when the reminders stop and you just flow into it, you are an anchored character in whatever theme is playing. So here, how does it feel in your body? Once again, we're activating, right? Is it an itch? Is it a tickle? Is it a cough? Is it a sneeze? Is it a hunger pain? Whatever it represents to you. then what does this mean to you? Now, notice I did not put that question first because I didn't want you to get in your head and thoughts first. I wanted you to feel the feels. So, what does it mean now that everyone loves and adores you? They hold open doors for you. You know, you're thinking about pizza, and next thing you know, somebody's walking in offering you a slice. Um, you get all green lights when you're driving. Like, you can have fun with this, and this is a list that can just go on. All of these lists are infinite. So the more that you can recognize today as you're walking around, oh, they love me, they really, really love me, right? The sun is shining just for you, the rain is falling just for you, there's electricity in your house just for you, and it was discovered before you were born, so that when you were here, it's here just for you, right? So you can really have fun with this, because the more you focus on this, the more that you see how well loved and taken care of you are without having to do a whole lot. And this is the reprogramming of the subconscious mind that we're teaching. You know, when we throw a ball for a dog and we wanted to bring it back, sometimes they know how to do that automatically, and sometimes we have to call them back, and sometimes they try to play keep away. Well, we want to train the mind, because it's been trained to look at the opposite side of that, of what's not working and shoe dropping and all that kind of stuff. It's just a mere shift of focus and perspective, and it's not going to take very long for you to do this. So then, how today, as you go about, again, take a day, take 3 days, take a week, take how long you want, right? Because I mean, it's like opening a gift over and over again all day long. How does everyone love and adore you? So as you're doing this, how is it showing up today? Right? That's not something you really can sit and brainstorm, because it's in the now moment. And as it's happening, you can make notations, or in hindsight, bridge of incidents, go back and write it. But the one that you can do right now is how in your done deal characters pass. And some of them may be very similar to what you've experienced. But besides the similar ones, because then it's so easy to drift into the jump off character, make sure you have a handful, right? 5, 6, 7 different ones of how your done deal character in their past, which now you're remembering through them, they're sharing these memories with you, that they are shown that they are loved and adored, right? So if you come from a jump off reality where maybe your family's not that close, your done deal character now is loved and adored because their family can't get enough of them, and they have family events, and you've always, your jump off character may want one of those big family reunions, and they look like so much fun. Well, your done deal character goes to these family reunions every year, and maybe this year they get to plan it, right? So this is where that imagination comes in again, and you really get to explore. This is an exploration of consciousness, this is an exploration of imagination, and this is an exploration of connecting and aligning and anchoring to your done deal character, and it's such a fun way. Now, as I mentioned, in the actual workbook, there's going to be so many more, at least 20 of these personal energetic foundational assumptions. Again, I didn't want to create a video here for each one. It will be in the new digital course that I'm creating. But I wanted just to give you a little sampling of how to do the workbook. But what's most important is that I left some blank pages for you to create your own that are not already represented in the ones that I've shared. And this is really a lot of fun. You're going to go through the same process. You can go on Canva like I did and create beautiful memes. If you want it consistent, I can share the blank copies of the templates. And again, that's what these personal energetic foundational assumptions are. So it would make a really great opportunity to give you the blank template that you can then put into Canva and put your own personal energetic foundational assumptions on here. Again, these personal energetic foundational assumptions, these PEFAs, are built on the secret energetic foundational assumptions, which are derived from the 7 laws of the universe. Sometimes they're called 7 principles of the universe. I have another digital course called the 7 energetic laws of the business universe, where I show how these laws are not this woo-woo thing. They can be put into practical pragmatic paradigms. There you go, practical pragmatic paradigms, um, where they can become useful tools for everyday life, whether it's business or personal life. So have fun with this. Walk through the same thing and feel free to not only share here in the course, but also in the Invincible CEO Circle, especially if you have one that really is showing up for you in your life. The whole purpose behind this is that you get what you focus on. So if this is what you're focusing on and you take a day or 3 days or a week with each one of these, that you're the star of your universe and everyone loves and adores you, and all of the rest of the personal energetic foundational assumptions, and then that I've provided, and then you're going to provide some of your own. When I tell you I have hundreds and hundreds of these that are anchored in, that I could write a book of one of every day, which is an idea that I'm working on. So have fun with this. Dive in. This, regardless of this is the only thing that you're doing or you're doing it with one of the other programs that I offer, it's not meant to make more work for you. It's meant to help you align quicker, because this is what we're doing anyway. Just in the past, it was unconsciously. Now, this is what conscious creation is all about. Putting you in the driver's seat in the now moment to make the choices. And the more you define your personal energetic foundational assumptions, the more, when I say to you, know your world, know your universe, how will you know if you've stepped outside of it if you don't know what it is? And here's this wonderful tool and technique for you to do so.